Okay, today I've dug out my Casio PV-1000. This console was launched in Japan around October 1983 and retailed for about 14,800 yen. The console was based on similar sort of technology as the Sega SG-1000 and the Famicom. Unfortunately, this machine didn't last very long. It died literally on release. Didn't really do at all. So we'll have a quick look round the machine. So there we've got the power and AV jacks. Not really sure what that little mark is there, but doesn't really seem to do anything. 2 controller ports at the front. Quite a nice design of unit. LED there on the right hand side. Just talking about what's going on inside. So it's a nicely designed unit. I did quite take a fancy to the actual shape of the unit. I thought it was quite nice. This is the controller. Feels a little bit flimsy in your hand. Doesn't feel particularly well made. Joystick's a little bit floppy. It's a 3-button affair. A select to start and obviously your fire button. On the end of the unit there's a sliding switch which switches between main and attack. That's the audio video jack. Quite unusual really. And just the powered lead that disappears off the back of the shelf. So, main point of this video, why is it the worst console ever made? Well, we'll get these screws out and we'll start to have a look. Well, this is not what it should look like inside. So at some point in its life, someone's been in here and changed the power supply input. This is what it should look like. It was like a silver tin in the left hand corner. But obviously somebody's changed something and put a considerable amount of hot glue all over the plastics there. Right, well this is obviously the RF shield, so we'll pop this off and you'll see what I mean, why the title of this video is the way it is. There seems to have been quite a bit of care in the the case design, the RF shield. Some of the ways the machine has been built look quite good, but Christ, a closer look at that, it's like, I don't think anybody could have used any more hot glue. That's quite incredible. Didn't know that was like that. So anyway, we'll pop the RF shield off and we'll take a look at, there's only about 3 or 4 screws that hold this RF shield on. So nothing too extraordinary there. But that's what I mean, I've seen some bodge wires in my time and some consoles, but wow, this is like spaghetti. Just going through some of the chips on the board. There's a D-type flip-flops. So nothing particularly interesting going on in that corner. Mega amounts of bypass wires and jumpers and God knows what. Leading to the system's 2 kilobyte of RAM. I think one case assigned to the video RAM. And it runs a variation of a Z80 at about 4 megahertz. Running as obviously an 8-bit. I still can't quite get my head around that bodge. That takes it to another level. That is pretty impressive. On the underside, all pretty neat on the underside, apart from a few bodge wires. There is looks like a couple of diodes there. I think they look like diodes. Bit of a bodge in there. This chip here is the video and sound output chip. This is the main voltage regulator and the heatsink for it. That's the AV out, the jack there. Right, so we've seen the state of the hardware. What was it like as a games console? So this one's Naughty Boy, and that's a maze game where you start at the bottom and work your way up while you're killing the enemies on the way up. This is Pachinko UFO. It's like a ball and shoot game, absolute crap. Puyan, and it's a shooting game. Basically, you shoot those obviously things that are floating down before they shoot you. We've got a Space Panic, which is like a Load Runner, but it's like a platform game. Space Cobra is another shooting game, quite good. It looks one of the more enjoyable games on the platform, but the frame rate's pretty crap. But it's quite enjoyable. Okay, next up is Turpin. So these are meant to be like little turtles with like bugs chasing them. A little frustrating, this game, not particularly brilliant, but okay, it's here. This one's just a maze game again. You know, just obviously got to avoid the creatures and clear the level. Nothing too exciting than this one. Warp Warp. I think this one's a little bit like Berserk on the 2600 myself. Similar sort of style, not quite as good, but okay, it's on here. That's about all you can say. Okay, the next one up is Adamar. You have to fill in each of the corners and clear up all the little dots on the maze. It's a bit of a maze game with some puzzle elements. Okay, this one's Dirty Chameleon. You walk around this framework and you have to obviously take out these chickens by the look of it. Doesn't look particularly interesting. This one's Excite Majoy. You know, the normal like dicey card game thing that I've got no idea how to play. Then we've got Dig Dug. Not a fantastic version of this, but it was alright. You know, it plays pretty good. Doesn't play too bad. The visuals aren't particularly brilliant, but it's okay. Okay, that was all the games released for the PV-1000. This game Galaga was supposed to have been released for the system, and so was Frontline. Both of which never turned up on the PV-1000 because of its short lifespan, but they did get sent over to the PV-2000, its successor. The PV-2000 was more like a computer rather than a gamer's console like in the traditional sense, but that's another video. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the PV-1000, and if you got this far, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again in the next video. Bye for now.